because he's so new, that, yeah, it couldn't hurt to get him.
I don't necessarily have any issue with it, other than I don't know anything about it, that's all. I've never even looked at that, so I don't know what it's about or what it's not about. Not that I would know, I mean, I'm not a practicing expert in treasury, so.
Well, I think the thing too is, like Cindy said, hers was budgeted, or she had money budgeted for that type of stuff.
Well, the mayor said that he does have a training budget too, but
He has $1,500.
Oh, that's in the training budget?
Yeah, it's in training and transportation, which kind of all goes hand in hand, because now you have fuel cost of getting there, the hotel, is that included in it, who pays, who picks up the tab? I don't know those answers, I mean, I don't know if that's all included
Yeah,
or not.
that's some of the things I'd like to ask him, and exactly. So
The meals, I know
that's
some include meals and hotel and some don't.
right. So we can make a motion then tomorrow to postpone it.
Well, since I'm going to the mayor's conference, it's ironic it includes golf every day. I think it's great. I appreciate the pre-approval.
Yeah, we don't have golf first now.
Oh,
why. Here we go.
let's speed through this.
Item 25 is a motion to approve payment to the Western Wayne Fire Department Mutual Aid Association for the USAR and hazmat team training for bylaws and so on, in an amount not to exceed $2,215. 26 is a motion to receive another request for solicitation. This is for the Relay for Life, May 2 through 4. 27 is the Human Resources English Proficiency. That was a lot to take in.
27 and 28, I don't know if you guys recall, I think everybody was copied in emails from the state of Michigan when we first took over. I knew nothing about this requirement. I think they had made multiple efforts to reach somebody, and even I don't have any real good excuse, but they did reach out several times to me via email, but I either overlooked it or it looked kind of like one of those templated emails of just, one of those requests that have no value. So finally I sent it up to Sheila, and we actually got an extension on it, and I think that we're now running out of time on the extension, correct?
We're actually in good shape. We
Okay.
will be okay. They are aware that the plans are on the agenda today. They're just anticipating, there's one other form that I have to submit with the plans to the DOT, and we'll be good to go. We got to get some documents uploaded on the council agenda. But they've been great to work with, and I've actually reached out to a couple other communities, Trenton and Saginaw, to kind of see what their process was and how they work through it as well.
Sheila, have we ever been required to supply this yet, or to comply with either of these that you're aware of?
Not to my knowledge, not my tenure here.
I've never heard of it either.
I did receive that email too, and I've never seen it in my years either, as long as I was there.
I think this is something new that they've added for any type of municipality government that's receiving federal funds. Obviously, they want to make sure that it's administered and given in an environment that falls under the Civil Rights Act. So I think it's just probably an added layer to their process in awarding funds to communities, and in turn, they're expecting any of the state and local federal agencies to comply to get the money that we have to show that we're, doing what we're supposed to do to support the Civil Rights Act.
These docs say that there won't be a specific allocation in the budget, but if we're required or requested to provide translation or translators, where would the money, what would we tap into to pay for that?
It would probably fall into like a professional services account in HR or potentially in Dave Mackey's world. It's all going to depend on what the request is and how that will fall out in terms. We have had, I've dealt with it a little bit here with applicants. We have had, we've used an interpreter before. We've actually used a toll-free service for someone who was hearing impaired. So there are some free services out there. That's not necessarily a cost, but there are some opportunities for us to be in compliance. We also have some staff members that are bilingual, so we can tap into that, and they have in the past provided assistance in the building department.
There's really no way to tell what this might have.
No, there is not.
You know, when I first heard this, I was under the impression that this is just for employees or potential employees, but this is for anybody that walks into City Hall or the
Yes.
police department, okay.
And there's gonna be, appendix A, B, and C will have to be inserted in contracts, and even provided to subcontractors. Whether or not the subcontractor is the recipient of the federal funding or not, but for us to do our due diligence and to, show our compliance, once again, with Title VI, there will be some things that will have to be put into our bid processes as well.
Okay, 29 is risk management, attorney fees.
Oh, this is for me?
Well, I did because that was basically the same as 20,
Okay.
similar to 27.
This is the packet I gave everyone.
Oh, okay, this,
Yep.
okay. This is for Gina.
Zoe?
Pizzoli, for her $120 an hour to help with risk management. And